Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This time we are taking a look at the new card reveals again. Looks like we're getting some Ionia cards with this batch. Actually, we're getting a little bit of all the cards. Alright, there's... Ooh, alright, I'm interested. Let's see what's up. Alright, first we have Profiteer. Why can't I click on you? Wait, what? No. Let me be able to click on them. Did they change? What? But I can't click on... What? Okay, fine. 4 mana, 5/3. Profiteer. When I'm summoned, create a Lucky Find in hand, and if you don't know, Lucky Find is this. Lucky Find is this beautiful card that you pick a buff from among 3 and grant it to an ally. Alright. And it's 4 mana, 5/3, so it definitely, wow, actually, this works with Reputation, and it works especially well with Sivir. And it's in the same region as Sivir. Though it's the same mana cost, it's actually the same mana cost and stat line as Sivir, without any of the keywords. And with an I summon effect. Wow, that's actually... that's interesting. I think this is a really good card for a Sivir deck that wants to wants to get this Lucky Find. Honestly, this would be better if it was like if you bumped up the stats and made it a 5 mana card, so you can play it after Sivir. That way, you have Sivir on the board, you play this, and then you put the buff on to Sivir. But hey, sometimes you need something to play on 4 when you don't have Sivir. I guess this could work out for that. And definitely encourages the more stat buffs or granting of buffs in Shurima in general, which is nice. Alright, Merciless Hunter. I just like the look of this card. I wish I could take a look at its art. 3 mana, 4/3. Play, grant an enemy vulnerable. Yo, what? And it has Fearsome? Whoa there, buddy. Whoa there. This is a nasty card. This is nasty. I grant something vulnerable. I can then drag it off to the side with a weaker unit and then have Fearsome, so I'm more likely to hit face. Oh my gosh. This is a really good card. And like anything that applies vulnerable is going to be decent, right? And this is a grant. This is a grant a unit vulnerable, so it's always going to be there. And it has the Fearsome keyword, so it's more likely to hit face. Plus, another added bonus, this is a 3 mana play in the same region that has Renekton. This card is meant for Renekton. Oh my goodness, this is a really good card. And it allows Shurima to have a little bit more removal. This is basically... Oh my gosh. Very comparable to some other challengers. Let's actually take a look at a challenger. Did I spell that wrong? I spelled that wrong. Challenger. There we go. Okay, let's look at some 3 mana challengers right now. Alright. Jaw Hunters 4/1. Create a sea monster in hand. Alright. Fiora 3/2. No other keywords. Lauren Duelist doesn't have challenger but gives it a unit challenger and has 4/2. Lauren Protege is 3 mana 2/4. Now that's interesting. And then Ryan Fang, Challenger 3/2. Wow. Huh, that's really interesting. Now we take a look. Look at this. 3 mana for 3. There's a whole ass stat up from LOR and Protege. And it has a fearsome keyword. And it's vulnerable, which technically is more flexible. This is just a straight up upgrade when it comes to like a 3 mana unit that provides a challenging effect. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a great card in Shurima. This is a lot of cards are just going to run this because of just how valuable this vulnerable and the stats are on this card. All right, I can't open it. All right, Dancing Droplet, a 1 mana 1/1 Ionia card, elusive, and a tune. When I'm recalled, draw 1. Oh my! This is very good actually. This is a very good card. So you get the 1 mana 1/1 stat line. You get the chip damage for elusive. It also acts as a Zoe. I mean, like, you know, those 1 mana 1/1 elusives. Yeah, it acts as a way to stop those. And even if it comes down on 1, it pays for itself. So it might as well be a 0 mana card. and then it acts as an engine too, where so it's basically a 0 mana card that you can, once recalled, provides more value while also having the 1/1 elusive benefit. This is awesome. I like the style of this card. I don't know how good it will be. Will it see play in Yasuo decks? Maybe help like, you know, recall it and then summon it so that you can draw. And also just to have a 1 mana 1/1 elusive. That's pretty good chip damage. I could see this being played in Yasuo. I have a little bit of an obsession with Yasuo, even though I don't play him that often now because, let's be honest, Yasuo is probably one of the worst champions in the game. Not worse than Taliyah, but definitely one of the worst. All right, and maybe Dancing Droplet will change that though. Maybe it will. All right, now we have Shadows of the Past. Okay. All right, 5 mana fast speed spell. Shadows. Oh, then buff. Recall at each ally and summon a living shadow in its place. Oh, this is... Oh, you recall all your allies in your hand and replace them with living shadows. How good is that? It's good if you don't have a lot of cards in hand, because if you're playing for the board and your hand is mostly empty but your board is mostly full, and then they do something that would cause a board wipe, then this allows you to save all your minions and then basically refills your hand. This would be good against Ruination, or just like if they get really favorable trades on you, like maybe they or if they frostbite your board with Ash Arrow, and then you can replace all of it and then have blockers. Yeah, I mean, it definitely has some uses. I think it's a pretty useful card, but it also, I feel like it finds its most use with more cards like Dancing Droplet on your field, where you get a bonus effect from recalling it. And there's not a lot of cards in the game that do that, other than Dancing Droplet. I mean, there's the Concussive Palm unit that you get. Once you recall it, it turns into Concussive Palm again, which is very useful. I wish the Ionia had more cards like that. More cards that benefit from being recalled. Because otherwise, like, Ionia is the recall region, but there's not much benefit to recalling your own units. I don't get it. Okay, hold up. Eye of Rahoric. 5 mana landmark. Countdown 1. Stun 2 of the weakest enemy. Daybreak. Summon a copy of me with Yasuo. Yasuo. This literally okay. All right, just take a look at Yasuo. All right, requires 5 stuns. Now, how many stuns does this apply? Well, at worst it applies only 2, but at best 4. 4 stuns, basically guaranteed. And stuns help slow down the game, right? Inherently, they help slow down the game, so it makes sense that this is in Targon as a region. 5 mana for this effect might be a little bit expensive for a landmark. It means it's a little bit more vulnerable to like, this is the sort of card that you would play on your attacking turn to make sure that they don't open attack. Very similar to Blighted Ravine, I believe. Yeah. Very similar to Blighted Ravine. It costs 1 more, doesn't heal you, but has the possibility to basically almost completely level up Yasuo in 1 card, which is very useful. I honestly don't see... honestly, outside of a Yasuo deck, I don't see a lot of purpose for this kind of card other than to slow down the game. I feel like Blighted Ravine just blows this card out of the water in every other aspect when it comes to board clearing and stalling out the game. But the fact that it's in Targon, I just feel like they're pushing this Yasuo Targon stun synergy a lot more with this card. And I am looking forward to play around with it. Right. And now... Alright, this is a skill. So, 2 mana, 2/3, Solari Sunhawk. Daybreak. Stun the strongest enemy. Guys, this is a 2 mana, 2/3 that stuns the strongest enemy. Look. It's Leona. It's the Leona skill. On with the same amount of stats of a sentry that cost 1 less. This is, with sentry you get to choose exactly which one you get to stun, and that is a benefit. And the 3 attack in a lot of cases is a lot better. Like, the 3/2 stat line is a lot better than a 2/3 stat line. However, the fact that this is 2 mana and is in a region that desperately, like, that Yasuo desperately wants to creep in on. Oh, it helps. It's like what I said for this card, but even better. This is way more helpful to the Yasuo archetype in general than this 1 card will ever be, because a lot of times Yasuo decks struggle with their 2-drops. You have Blade Twirler, right? Blade Twirler. Yeah. You got Blade Twirler. And then a lot of times you gotta sub in some other 2-drops. Like House Spider, if you're in Noxus. But if you're in Targon... Come on. Can't I just look up the region? If you're in Targon, you have a lot of good... now, like, recently you get Blue Sentinel. But then you have things like Diana, which is a champion slot. Not really useful for a Yasuo deck. Herald of Dragons only works with dragons. Needs Nightfall synergy for the Lunari Stage Shocker. You do have Mountain Goat, which is good, and you do have Solari Shield Bearer, but they aren't. You see, they're not like super supreme anti-aggro, right? And that's what Yasuo struggles with. Struggled with getting rushed down in the early phases. So, I mean, though these are very good cards, you don't usually see them run in Yasuo decks when paired with Targon for the reason I just stated. They might as well just play more into the synergy of stun in the hopes of it working out with Yasuo, because you want it to be more consistent. And that's what this card offers. It fills a niche of being a very viable 2-drop play that plays into the condition of that Yasuo wants. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now if we might just see Yasuo Leona again, but we also might see some other more flexible Targon stun decks with this edition. Because even though it is Daybreak, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to run Leona, as we've seen with many other Daybreak cards. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about these cards. Very, very much Yasuo minded I am. Though Merciless Hunter is looking really nice. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed my reaction to these new cards, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.